What I'm about to tell you happened just 3 blocks from where I grew up. A family of 4 vanished without a trace, leaving behind a cold dinner and a mystery that would shatter an entire community's sense of safety. But here's what makes this case truly terrifying: the twist that investigators kept hidden from the public for over 2 years. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the FBI classified this case under a protocol that officially doesn't exist. This is Elmbrook Lane. Or rather, this was Elmbrook Lane before everything changed. A quiet street in suburban Ohio where everyone knows everyone. Where kids play until the streetlights come on, and the biggest drama is who forgot to take out their trash can. It's the kind of place where you leave your doors unlocked. Where neighbors water each other's plants during vacation. The kind of place you feel safe. The kind of place you think nothing bad could ever happen. Until Tuesday, October 15, 2019. This is the Anderson family's house, 1247 Elmbrook Lane. For 8 years, it was a symbol of the street's peaceful rhythm. Dad, David Anderson, 42, worked as an accountant for a local firm. Mom, Sarah, 38, taught 3rd grade at the elementary school just 6 blocks away. And their 2 kids, 8-year-old Emily, who loved horses and wanted to be a veterinarian, and 5-year-old Jacob, who collected rocks and asked a million questions about everything. They were the heart of the community, the family that hosted the annual block party, the ones who always had their Halloween decorations up first and their Christmas lights timed perfectly. They had dinner at 6, lights out by 10, a routine as predictable as sunrise. A family just like yours. A family that, on one ordinary Tuesday evening, simply vanished. It wasn't a sudden discovery. It was a slow burn of unease that started with the little things. Mrs. Eleanor Gable, their 67-year-old next-door neighbor, noticed it first. She's the kind of woman who knows everyone's schedule. David left for work every morning at exactly 7:32 a.m. Sarah walked out 10 minutes later to drive the kids to school. But Wednesday morning, October 16th, David's silver Honda Accord was still in the driveway at 8:15, then 9:30, then noon. "I thought maybe David was sick," Mrs. Gable later told police. But their porch light was still on from the night before, and Sarah never left lights on during the day. She was very conscious about the electric bill. Wednesday evening came and went. The porch light stayed on for the 2nd night in a row. No one answered when Mrs. Gable knocked. Thursday morning, she made the decision that would change everything. She tried the front door. It was unlocked. "Hello? Everything okay in there?" Mrs. Gable called out as she stepped inside. The only response was the distant, cheerful drone of SpongeBob SquarePants playing on the living room TV. A DVD that had been looping for over 36 hours. The house was silent, unnaturally so. But it was what Mrs. Gable saw next that made her blood run cold. Picture this. You walk into a house where time seems to have stopped mid-sentence. The dining room table was set for 4. Cloth napkins folded perfectly. For glasses of water still full. In the center of the table sat a large bowl of spaghetti, stone cold, but freshly made. You could still smell the garlic and oregano in the air. David's plate had 3 bites taken. Sarah's was untouched. Emily's had been mixed into a small mountain, the way kids do when they're procrastinating. Jacob's child-sized portion was completely finished, his plastic Spider-Man fork still resting on the empty plate. But here's the detail that haunts me. Jacob's chair was pushed back from the table, as if he'd gotten up to use the bathroom and simply never returned. Mrs. Gable moved through the house like she was walking through a museum exhibit. Everything was in its place. The kitchen sink had a few clean dishes and the drying rack, evidence of Sarah's systematic approach to housework. Emily's purple backpack sat by the front door, homework half finished and scattered across the coffee table. Upstairs, the mystery deepened. The bathroom fan was still running, had been running for over 36 hours. The mirror was still fogged with condensation, as if someone had just stepped out of a hot shower. A little yellow rubber duck, Jacob's favorite, sat on the edge of the tub, still damp. In the master bedroom, Sarah's book lay open on the nightstand. reading glasses folded on top, a bookmark indicating she'd been on page 247 of a romance novel. Everything suggested a family in the middle of their evening routine. Everything except the family themselves. Mrs. Gable called 911 at 11:47 a.m. on October 17th. But what police discovered when they arrived would turn this missing persons case into something that defies explanation. The evidence they found, or rather, the evidence they didn't find, broke every rule of criminal investigation. Music builds. If you want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The investigation gets darker and more impossible with every detail uncovered. What do you think happened to the Anderson family? Normal disappearance or something supernatural? Drop your theories below. And don't forget to like this video if you're as hooked as I am. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what Detective Miller discovered next. Trust me, you need to see where this leads.